Market makers buying your shitcoin is not the hopium you think it is. Welcome back, everyone. Woke up this morning and right away I go check my feed, and what do I see? I see a whole bunch of rosy news, right? All of a sudden, all is well. The bull market's back and everything's just going to go great. Anyways, scrolling through and I see this absolute garbage article and I'm like, you know what? I think that there's a lot of people, sadly, in Bitcoin and in the quote-unquote crapto space that don't really know much about traditional markets. Not that I'm an expert, but I did have to school myself in certain things not to get wrecked in the traditional market. So yeah, I'm going to pass some of that knowledge along over here, and hopefully it could avoid, some other people getting wrecked. Anyways, let's dive into it. We've got an article out of Bitcoin Systemi. Here we go. Famous market maker DWF Labs bought this altcoin and the price jumped. And of course, if you don't know anything about market makers, that just sounds really good, right? That sounds like somebody or some entity that is huge is now buying up this token, right? So this is it's supposed to obviously inspire FOMO. You're supposed to get excited. We got the green arrows. They're pointing up. This is all good things. DWF Labs, and see, look, I even highlighted it in green, bullish. DWF Labs, one of the most important market makers in the cryptocurrency market, and attracting attention with its investment, continues to purchase altcoins. And of course, if you don't know shit about what market makers are, you're thinking to yourself, wow, this is going to be huge. At this point, DWF Labs made a new altcoin purchase. Floki Inu said in a statement that DWF Labs purchased 1.25 million in additional tokens to support the Floki ecosystem. And of course, if you don't know shit and you're just some wrecked shitcoin bag holder, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is huge. We've got this big company that's coming in and they're buying up our coin because it's going to be worth something. Right? Like, this is adoption. No, it's not. No, it's not. Industry-leading digital asset market maker and multi-stage Web3 investment firm, DWF Labs has purchased an additional 1.25 million worth of Floki tokens from the Floki treasury. That's right. It's a centralized shitcoin. Who would have thought? Oh my gosh. Anyways, expressing a strong commitment to supporting the Floki ecosystem as it moves towards what many predict is the most explosive crypto has ever experienced. It's going to be a bull run. Okay, so there you go. They're just making it all frothy for you. It's getting exciting. But wait, what does this really mean? First of all, what is a market maker? Right? Let's start off with that, right? Because all this bullish news is about this market maker. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but just maybe this company is paid to trade and create liquidity. Investorpedia.com. Good link that helps with a lot of these terms. Anyways, market maker. Market makers are typically large banks or financial institutions. They help to ensure that there's enough liquidity in the market. That's right. DWF Labs, they don't have confidence in this Floki shitcoin. They are paid to create liquidity. Anyways, meaning there's enough volume of trading so trades can be done seamlessly. Without market makers, there would be likely little liquidity. In other words, investors who want to sell securities would be unable to unwind their positions due to a lack of buyers in the market. That sounds like your illiquid shitcoin. It is. That's how it works, okay? And again, there's nothing inherently wrong with market makers, okay? They exist in all markets. The thing is that that's not bullish for your token. That doesn't mean that all of a sudden your token's going to be worth more. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden there's adoption, that individuals are going to start holding it as some store of value or some way to be censorship resistant against the government. Nobody gives a shit, okay? Literally, this company is paid to create activity and to have liquidity on hand when someone wants to dump their bags, okay? That's all it is. Oh, gosh. All right. Sometimes market makers are also broker, which can create an incentive for a broker to recommend securities for which the firm also makes a market. Oh, my gosh. Who would have thought, huh? Investors should thus perform due diligence to make sure that there's a clear separation between a broker and a market maker. Some examples of the bigger market makers in the industry include BNP Paribas, Deutsche Bank, Morgan Stanley, and UBS. Now, how do market makers make money? Market makers charge a spread on the buy and sell price and transaction on both sides of the market. Market makers establish quotes for the bid and ask prices or buy and sell prices. That's right. They make money both ways. They don't give a shit what you trade. Them being involved does not mean any kind of support in any way, shape, or form for your shitcoin. Plain and simple. Okay? It doesn't mean that all of a sudden there's some type of adoption. There's nothing. Someone is paid. Someone is paid by, in this case, the Floki Foundation or whatever the hell it is, to create liquidity. Now, okay, let's go take a look at DWF, whatever they're called, DWF brokers. Sorry, DWF Labs. So Global Digital Asset Market Maker and Multi-Stage Web3 Investment Firm, i.e. market maker and broker. It's just so bad. Okay, let's take a look at some of the shitcoins that they provide liquidity for. Oh, wow. Tron, Algorand. Oh, look at this. EOS, the EOS network. We all remember EOS, right? IOTA, right? If you want to get lost in the tangle, right? Who remembers that BMW integration IOTA was going to have? It was going to be huge. And the icing on the cake for me anyways, the icing on the cake for me is Cello. Okay, for the people who don't know what Cello is, it's this ridiculous shitcoin that uses this weird thing called sacred economics. I don't remember all the details to it, but I remember that the World Economic Forum supports it, and they really like it a lot. Anyways, guys, market makers are not the hopium that you think they are, okay? Just to give you a personal anecdote. So when I originally started buying equities long ago in my early 20s, okay, I got really sucked into the uranium hype, right? So uranium was going to be this huge thing. Everyone's going to mine uranium. It's going to be massive. And there were all these penny stocks in uranium. And I did not know anything about it, but it sounded interesting. And, you know, I started to quote unquote do my due diligence. And person that I was investing in, not investing with, but a person that was also buying these penny stocks was like obsessed with the essentially the market maker's moves and was essentially trying to gauge what the market maker was going to do so that he could be the one selling his bags to the market maker. Granted, that never happened. Okay. This guy, I don't even remember what happened. I know that he was wrecked in the end. He was down like 80% on his uranium penny stocks. I don't know what happened in the end, but I can tell you this. I got wrecked on my uranium penny stocks, and it wasn't because of the market makers. My point is that these were illiquid penny stocks, okay? Traded over the counter. That means they weren't part of any exchange or anything like that. And I got wrecked because it was absolute garbage. The market maker was the entire market. So when you're looking at these illiquid shitcoins and you see this news, this ridiculous news that's being spewed out that some large investment company is now going to be providing services for this token, you need to understand they don't believe in the token. They don't believe in any of this. They don't think that this stuff is going to make money in the way that you think. They are banking on your liquidity. They're banking on the traders. They're banking on those fees. You are their alpha. Okay? When you trade this crap and you hold this crap, you're their alpha. Anyways, guys, market makers, not the hopium anybody thinks it is. Anyways, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Like, subscribe. I'm going to catch you all tomorrow.